I'm going to Kansas City. If I come, I come, I come, I come. I'm going to Kansas City.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chopping It Up with the Cleavers. My name is Emmanuel Cleaver III.
And I'm Emil Cleaver.
Every Tuesday we drop a new episode. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chopping It Up with the Cleavers. And check us out most places you get your podcast. But make sure you subscribe to our channel. So
please subscribe.
I'm sure many people have been checking into the Senate hearings regarding the January 6th commission about the riot that took place at the Capitol. If you haven't, it's been a lot of funny stuff.
Yes,
happened.
We'll see who's going to jail. Maybe
Ain't
nobody.
Man, please.
I'm sure everybody that's watched this show has some idea of what's going on, but I watched a clip from Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. I always forget her name.
Yeah,
but she just said some of the most ridiculous things. She's upset that these rioters, these anarchists, aren't being treated fairly in prison. They don't know their court date. They can't afford their bail. They're being treated like criminals.
Yeah.
They're behind bars. I mean,
these are enemies of the state.
She's honestly saying this about these criminals.
Yeah.
When this goes on every day, black people are treated like this every day. Black people have been complaining about the criminal justice system since its inception in America.
But old Marjorie wants to make sure people that rioted against the United States, enemies of the state, that they have cable, make sure they can watch everything they want to watch on TV, that they have nice king-size beds in prison.
Moist chocolate cake.
Warm chocolate cake.
With homemade ice cream.
She wants to make sure they all, but, and I mean, okay, somebody who speaks for a living, I know we all, from time to time we make errors, but I mean, she did say something funny. It said that their rights are flagrantly being violated.
Flagrantly being violated.
No, fragrant. She said fragrant. You haven't seen the video?
No, I didn't hear her say fragrant.
Yes, pull up the video. She says fragrant. AOC makes fun of her. But she says fragrant. So apparently these people who rioted against the United States and folk got hurt and died in it, yeah. She's concerned about how they smell, apparently. Or maybe.
Yeah, that's jail. Usually, I'm guessing a lot of people in jail don't smell too good.
Yeah.
That's just my guess. That's my guess.
I think what I think she was trying to say was flagrant.
Oh. Well, you never know with her.
Because yeah, that's true.
Well,
maybe
there was a congressman, a United States congressman, who was upset because he thinks that Republicans are being treated unfairly because you can't even lie to Congress.
What?
I mean, that's what he said.
You can't lie to
He's
them?
like, man, you can't even lie to Congress. You can't even break into the Capitol. I mean,
who are the people that's elected in these folk?
The people who were rioting on the Capitol. That's who's voting for these people. I mean, who voted for Ted Cruz? I mean, I hate to bring him up every week, but somebody voted for him.
Somebody
voted for him.
Somebody thought he was the best candidate. So that was rough. But
yeah, but that was just the first day. I mean, we haven't even got into. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more juicy stuff.
There is more. So Bill Barr has already said that he told Trump that there was no mass voter fraud. He told him that. And so Bill Barr, of course, Trump, if you say
Bill
something
Barr
that he
former
doesn't like.
Secretary of State.
No, Attorney General.
Attorney General, yeah.
Former Attorney General. So he said that there were no irregularities. There was no mass voter fraud. And he said when Donald Trump started pushing that narrative that there was fraud, he just thought that there was something wrong with that there was something wrong with him mentally.
There is something wrong with him.
But of course, Trump, he fired back on his social media platform that 4 people are on. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it any airtime too. But of course, he fired back.
What'd
when
he say?
Bill Barr, I mean, what you think he said? Come on.
Something ignorant.
Yeah.
Something childish.
Yeah, it was
Something.
Just think about what a fourth grader would say, and that's what he said. But then he also, he hit at his daughter.
Yeah.
His daughter / mistress. The one whom he loves.
The daughter who he has a crush on.
Yeah. So because she said that when Bill Barr said that there was no voter fraud, that she believed him. That was her statement. And so Trump was like, well, at this point, Ivanka had checked out. She wasn't involved in investigation. So basically she didn't know. But he said she had checked out. And that Bill Barr, of course, was the worst attorney general of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
Because he wouldn't do what Trump. Because actually, as you all know, everybody knows, Trump thought that the attorney general was supposed to be his personal attorney. So, of course, when Bill Barr didn't go that route, then he had some problems.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it unfolds. I mean, I don't think
Ain't
anybody's
nobody
going to go to
Come
jail.
on, man. Ain't
But,
nobody going to jail.
I mean, it's going to break up the Trump family. I mean, you see Ivanka's already turned on him. Jared Kushner. Jared, that dude is...
Man, he's involved in a lot of corrupt stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is.
We don't have to go into. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of corruption.
Yeah, so they turned against him, and I don't know about the sons, the doofuses.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, they're his biggest cheerleaders, so I think they're going to do whatever he says. Yeah, I know. It reminds me of that show on HBO. Man, it'll come to me. It's a series about a powerful, wealthy family, and the sons and daughter are all trying to be the next in line. What is that? Anyway, it'll come to me. It's good, but that's what the Trump family reminds me of. That maybe
I don't think
the
the sons are going to ever be as big as his father.
You think?
I don't.
Well, one, the empire is not what people think it is. That's why he doesn't want to reveal his taxes, to show he doesn't really have all that money that he says he has. That's one. Number two, it also shows that he's involved in some stuff that probably in Russia, which is why he and Vladimir are, they like to soak in the hot tub together.
And pee in the snow.
But the other thing, what came out in the commission was that other people on staff with Trump, they kept saying that, no, you did not win the election, and that, there is no fraud like you're saying. But Rudy Giuliani told him.
Yeah. He's another one.
Rudy Giuliani told him that go ahead, he needs to move forward, that there were irregularities. And here's what the report says, that Rudy Giuliani was drunk doing that.
He was drunk?
Yeah, he was drunk, saying that, yes, you need to move forward. There's fraud. And so he was the one jumping on Donnie's coattail, jumping on him, saying, whatever you want. While other members of his staff, his campaign staff, they were saying, no, it's over. So you always have these enablers, Rudy Giuliani. But also, he probably, man, he might need to check into a facility.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think he has it all. I think a lot of these Republicans, they're not even, they're just willing to lie. They don't, and it goes to show that they don't really believe in God.
You think?
Because, you go to them like, well, history isn't going to look at you unkindly. Well, their thing is, so what? Well, if you believe that,
somebody has said needs to. Has that been stated? That hey, maybe behind closed doors, maybe some staffers of some of these elected officials be like, hey, history is going to remember you as same way they remember somebody like Bull Connor or George Wallace,
Benedict Arnold.
If somebody's saying that to them and they're like, so what?
Yeah, people are saying that.
You think so?
They say it on the news all the time.
Yeah,
I see here Democrats saying that to them all the time.
But of course, they're not going to listen to a Democrat.
Well, but they have to have common. Well, they have to have some type of intelligence to know. They've studied previous senators and congressmen.
You need to be careful. I don't know that that's the case. We don't know.
Well,
I mean, you would think, yes.
yeah.
I mean, someone who wants to be prepared, but I'm not sure. And then, some people might be just, they have so much money invested in whatever they're doing. Because, I mean, I think about somebody
Invested
like
in
Rudy.
Trump? I mean, that's what
No.
they're invested in.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they want control. I mean, maybe what it all boils down to is this: hey, maybe God thinks it's okay that we lie, that we protect
and
these
cheat.
people that killed folk on January 6th, if we're doing it for the greater good of the United States. And the greater good of the United States for many of them is to make sure that people of color, any kind of minority, never has any power. That things stay the way they are. But then you'd have folk like, I think like Rudy Giuliani. Maybe he just, maybe he just doesn't know. I don't know. You saw the movie with Sacha Baron Cohen movie where he had that
Rudy's in there
13-year-old girl.
yeah.
Well, the girl he thought was 13 years old.
Yeah, he
Then
was just adjusting his microphone.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, he had to adjust that microphone in his pants.
So who's supporting Rudy after that?
It was just a little small lavalier mic.
So he laid on. You saw it. He laid on the
saw
bed.
it, yeah, I
He
saw
laid, and he was touching her and she's supposed to be 13, as far as he knows. I mean,
Man.
she wasn't, but he thought she was.
Yeah, he's different.
Come on, man. And who's supporting him? Come on, who's quoting him for
I
facts?
remember a while ago, people were saying he's America's mayor. Well, white people were saying that. No, black people weren't saying that even during 9/11. They were acting, oh, look how he's acting so presidential. He's America's mayor. Man, wasn't no black person saying that.
No, but it wasn't. Don't think it was all white people that were saying that either.
I mean, yeah, but it was
But-
people in the media.
Yeah, America's mayor. I don't know about you. I don't want my America's mayor to be touching 13-year-old girls.
Yeah, and then sweating black ink from your face.
So he doesn't have any assistants. They're like, Mr. Giuliani, you have shoe polish coming from your head.
Whatever that is. I mean, I don't know what it was. Oil. I mean, maybe a robot. And
Maybe he is.
some oil on him.
Maybe he is a robot.
Because this dude has no feelings. He's obviously maybe dealing with some type of sociopathic ways. I mean,
Yeah, and he was the mayor in New York, man.
people voted for him.
He was the mayor.
He beat out the black mayor, David Dinkins, because of a yogurt scandal. No, I'm just
Yeah, that was Seinfeld. For those who don't know, that was a Seinfeld episode. So yeah, a lot of folk, a lot of problems. But yeah, hopefully we'll see what happens with the January 6th.
we're
I
gonna
don't think
keep it up.
anybody's gonna,
somebody's going to jail.
ain't
None of
nobody
the big
going
wigs
jail.
are going
Nah,
to jail.
Yeah, nobody.
But
No name person.
yeah, the people that broke in are definitely going to jail. But none of the big name people. They just may be humiliated.
Yeah, but everyone watching, so the elected officials, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. If you voted for someone like Marjorie Greene Taylor, Taylor Greene, whatever her
Why?
name is, but now you're able to see. So maybe next time, look at another candidate. Maybe not vote for her.
Maybe one
'Cause
that can put together intelligent sentences and doesn't come up with wild conspiracy theories and
doesn't just cause more division. All she does is cause more division
that's
in this
all
country.
she is. That's all she does. That's all she wants to do.
That's it. Doesn't help anything, and cares about people's fragrance, how they smell.
Yeah.
Anyway, so some other news that happened, and I didn't get a chance to read all of it. I looked at some of it, but the Patriot Front group.
Yeah. So this group, they were having a gay pride, a LGBTQ pride parade in Idaho, and this Patriot group, this white supremacist group, was planning on attacking this parade.
That's crazy.
They actually found them. Somebody tipped the police off, and they found them in the back of this vehicle. All these men in
I think
masks.
it was like a moving hall, U-Haul or something.
Yeah, U-Haul van or something, and they were all in there with masks, and they were about to go crazy on this LGBTQ parade. in Idaho, and thankfully the police found
that's
them. I mean, you
crazy.
can see video footage of them. They're all with these little masks on. I guess because they're scared. They don't want
Man,
people
if you're
to see
gonna
their
do it,
face.
come on, be real.
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do it,
I mean,
you don't need a mask.
Stop hiding. That doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, these people,
31. There's 31 of them.
Yeah,
Just think about that. They're going to do harm. They're going to hurt people
want to hurt people.
just because they have a.
Disagree with
Yeah, I mean, come on. If you disagree, just disagree.
Yeah, just do your own parade, man.
Well, they know with only 31 people, I mean, they're not going to get any coverage.
Well, yeah,
you know.
but these groups are rising in America.
They're out here.
I mean, the Proud
They're out
Boys,
here.
where they're on Front Street right now. We see them in the Senate hearings. The Proud Boys, and the crazy thing about it is the leader of the Proud Boys was a black dude.
Yeah, well, he's mixed. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah, he's a person of color,
person of color,
but he probably doesn't understand. I mean,
yeah, he's probably a Herschel Walker type.
you know, yeah, he probably doesn't understand what he's doing. He likes the attention. He likes being in the crowd.
But just think about this: if the police had not been informed, we would have been talking about something totally different today.
Yeah, this would have been going on. I mean, this would have been news for a while.
For the rest
This
of the
could have
year,
been-
probably.
yeah,
I
this
mean,
could have been
the way
horrific
they were doing
event.
it.
If they were actually talking about unloading their guns, because
Yeah.
you know they have guns.
Yeah, of course they do.
They
course
they have military style guns.
Yeah,
And but yeah,
they
thankfully-
train
yeah,
with
no,
military.
Yeah, right. They don't just
military
have
style. So yeah, these groups are growing. I mean,
it. They're out there.
They're after black people, all groups and all minority groups.
Yeah.
That's the world we're living in.
Thankfully, the authorities caught him. Hopefully, you know, if we get some sensible people in office, maybe, you know, some of these hate groups will die down. Of course, they exploded when they got a president that they thought was sending them subliminal messages.
Stand back and stand by, or whatever he said.
I mean, because it was a rise when Donald Trump became president. I mean, they thought, hey, okay, we got one of us in office. It's time to take over.
Yeah, they talked about it during the hearings about the increase in number, the enrollment of the Proud Boys, and I can't remember the name of that other organization. Of course, the Klan. Klan is still number one. I mean, they've been around forever.
Are they? I thought they were, you know, other groups.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
the Klan is not the number one hate group anymore, but they're the number one of all time. They're like the historical number one.
they have they're the classic.
Yeah, they're
the classic
goats.
hate group.
They're the goats of hate.
They've been doing it for a long time.
Long time. They're teaching these other people, and I think the only reason why these other hate groups are forming, breaking away from the Klan, because they don't like the style. They don't like wearing bed sheets.
Yeah.
The bed sheets is played out for these racists. They still want to put masks on, but the bed sheet thing is, the white bed sheets is too much.
Did you see? You don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, I watch it. I
You see
haven't
the
seen it in a while.
episode where Larry David was at a coffee shop and he spilled coffee on a Klansman's sheet.
No.
And so he had to get it cleaned for him.
He had to get it clean for him.
Come on, yeah, you know. And then it messed up the cleaners, so he had a friend, what's her name, to make a robe. And of course she's Jewish. And so he's like, yeah, but I messed it up. So anyway. But yeah, just the sheets. And he started, of course, Larry David's asking, you know, have you considered something else? Are the sheets still in?
Apparently they are. Yeah. The sheets are, that's played, man. But these Proud Boys, they're different.
Sheets are whack, man.
Yeah, sheets are whack.
But so are the masks. I mean, come on.
So are all these groups. I mean, we don't have any black groups. If we formed a black group, militia black group organization, they would be shut down.
Haven't they put the new Black Panther Party on their list? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, then yeah. So there might be some groups out there. So I don't know. But I think if these groups are going to diminish, of course, we have to have sensible people on both sides of the aisle who are willing. I mean, politics means, basically, you have to negotiate. There has to be some give and take. But apparently in D.C. right now, there's none of that. Although there's now bipartisan efforts for gun control. So that's a good. I mean,
we'll see.
It makes sense. I mean, after all of this,
you would think.
I mean, it should have been done a long time ago. And again, it's not taking people's guns that's the problem.
Take our guns away.
They go to the extreme. So somebody says
that's my right. Jesus wants me to have a gun.
Universal background checks, and then that's what people say. Oh, they're trying universal background checks. They're trying to deny my right. They're trying to take my gun. I have a God-given right to have a gun. No, you don't. You don't have a God-given right. Not at all. But also, man, these news organizations have to stop. I mean, they're big in terms of contribution into the division of this country.
Yeah.
The news organizations play a huge role.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
A huge role. And I'm not talking about just Fox. See?
Yeah.
Hey,
the liberal CNN too. MSNBC too.
I had to stop watching CNN. I had to stop watching CNN. I watch News Nation now, but CNN just because, I mean, that's all they were doing was attacking Republicans.
Yeah, that's all they still do.
And I'm like, just share the news. I mean, so there's no way you can watch it and look at it from an even standpoint because they don't present it in that fashion. And so if people on the left are listening to their news and people on the right are listening to their news,
we'll never come together. Never meet in the middle.
Never
meet in the middle.
We need more news organizations that are reporting on the news.
Just the news. We don't need your opinion.
Yeah. And if it is your opinion, say, hey, this is my opinion. Don't try to present it as this is the way it is. But that's causing division, and we're not going to accomplish anything doing that. Another thing that was supposed to happen on Monday, everyone thought that the Supreme Court was going to come out with their ruling on Roe v. Wade. They came out with a number of rulings on Monday, the 13th, but Roe v. Wade, they pushed that back because they know
it's too much controversy. They want to wait till after the midterms.
I read somewhere that they might be looking at the end of summer, sometime later in the summer. But I wouldn't be surprised if after the midterms, because whatever side they come down on, it's going to be controversial.
Well, I think we know what side they're going to come down on.
That was
apparently.
I don't know. We don't know. We'll see. I mean,
if it was going to stay the same, they would have announced it.
If it was going to change, why didn't they announce it?
Because they know it's going to cause problems. I mean, it already has. People already pretty much know what's going to happen. But, I think, I think it's a done deal.
Yeah, I don't know. If it is, it's going to cause a lot of issues. There's already been protests. And, of course, I forgot who was, maybe it's Kavanaugh or maybe it's Clarence Thomas, has said the Supreme Court's, you can't be bullied. You can't push us around. And I understand the Supreme Court's not supposed to listen to the people. They're supposed to, read objectively, looking at the Constitution. But
yeah, they can't be bullied though. I mean, they're for life. What can you do to them? Nothing.
That's a heck of a position to be there for life. Very influential. Very few jobs that you can get and say, hey, this is for life. That you can do what you want. Say what you want. A lot of colleges are doing away with tenured professors.
Are they?
Yeah, there's some doing one because of the cost, but two because that means you have someone in there that can say and do whatever they want. What do you?
Yeah, it's been like that for a while though.
I know, but now with the way the country's divided, but also the cost that is associated with tenured professors. So I was reading that some colleges are doing away with it.
Because they don't want to pay their employees like the rest of the world. Want to pay their employees as little as possible.
Well, that's hey, don't you say it's just them. There are a lot of places.
What I said, the rest of the world.
Yeah. That paying folk.
Yeah, people don't want to pay what they're worth.
No,
I just had to spend $55 to fill up my little car. I need extra pay.
Everybody needs a little pay.
A little gas payment,
Little
something, because the gas is getting ridiculous. I mean, and it's not going to change anytime soon.
No,
The gas companies are making money. They're
They
just
don't
being
mind.
greedy.
they don't mind.
Yeah, they're being greedy. There, people are saying, "Oh, it's because of the war." So, nah, these gas companies are greedy because they're making a profit. They made a profit. If things are so bad, you're not making a profit. They're making a profit still.
Yeah, they're making a profit.
Of course they are. So, anyway, that's another subject. We need to start talking about gas and how these people
Greedy
are just,
corporations.
Yeah,
The movie Wall Street, greed is good. For lack of a better word, greed is good. And I think these corporations, I think they live by that motto. Greed is good. But hopefully, midterm elections are coming up. We'll see what happens. People get out there and vote.
maybe we can bring some politicians. We keep talking about a guest. When we gonna have our first guest?
As soon as we have another spot. Because we don't have enough room here. I mean, they're going to have to sit on the table right here.
Yeah, just bring down right here.
Or stand up. But yeah, before the election, before the midterms, we're going to have some candidates on. Ask them some of the tough questions. We won't be easy on them because you need to hear and have those tough questions answered.
I had a candidate reach out to me the other day. I'm supposed to meet with him this week.
Why to do what?
Just to talk. He wants to just talk to some people in the community.
Yeah,
Running for city council seat.
I get those calls all the time. I probably know who you're talking about.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. There are a lot of superhero movies coming out right now. Black Adam, it's a DC movie starring Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
You heard of that?
I saw it. I saw a picture. I didn't
Then
see
you
the
got
trailer.
Doctor Strange that's out. Thor, Love and Thunder, which when I saw that trailer, I was like, man, Marvel's not even trying anymore. That doesn't even look like it's close to being good.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? The
I'm
trailer?
not really into superhero movies,
Trailer.
but I haven't seen the trailer. What's it called?
Called Thor, Love and Thunder. And it looks...
Thor?
Thor.
Why? How is Thor? I mean, isn't he beating people up? What is he
Yeah,
doing?
but what's his name? Jane, what's her name? She played in Star Wars. Padme. I forgot her name. But did you see the first Thor? First two?
No.
She was it. Okay, so she was
I saw one of them.
the
Seemed like it wasn't very good.
character Jane. Yeah, so she was his love interest. So now she's like Mrs. Thor or something. She has powers. It looks crazy. Then you got Miss Marvel that's out, and then you got I Am Groot coming out later. You got another Captain Marvel. You got another Aquaman, which I hope is much better than the first one.
I saw that Aquaman. That was a terrible movie. I mean,
They're introducing Black Mantis. in
Real
this one.
bad.
Well, they introduced him at the end of the last
Who?
one. Black Mantis, his arch nemesis.
Oh.
You remember?
It was so bad. I really did. I mean, I don't think I paid attention toward the end.
Yeah. Okay. So we thought we'd do the top 5 superhero movies, and you go first. So why don't you tell why you don't like superhero movies?
Okay, so the reason I'm not into superhero movies anymore is because a lot of times they make them too comical. Like people are dying and the superhero is telling jokes with his arch enemy. I mean, they're just joking with each other. Say something smart, clever. Iron Man, he's real good at that, just telling jokes. Spider-Man never wears his mask anymore. It just seems like because of special effects, they can get away from the story. The stories aren't as good. It's just special effects heavy, and it's just too comical. And you'll see from my list, you'll see that I don't go for the comical superhero movies. But yeah, they're just, I guess they're made for kids, it seems like nowadays. I mean, they always were, but I mean,
they're supposed to be. They're geared toward adults too.
Yeah,
here's the problem that I have with a lot of superhero movies. I mean, I get the comical part. I mean, unless it's just way out there, and the Thor movies have been way comical. I mean, it's a whole thing, but I don't like the inconsistencies. For example, I'll give you one example. So if you remember Captain America: Civil War, I don't know if you saw that one.
I saw the first one of those.
First Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he first became.
Yeah. Okay. So Captain America: Civil War. So you had somebody, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow character. She's not an enhanced superhuman, but she's fighting the Winter Soldier, who is. Mm-hmm. And just because she knows Kung Fu or whatever it is she's supposed to know, she's hanging with him.
She can't hang with the
Okay.
villain.
Okay. I mean, she's doing this and he's blocking her punches. I'm like, he's enhanced superhuman. I mean, why is he blocking her? Just pick her up and throw her out of a window. That's the stuff I don't like, when they're inconsistent with people's powers. I mean, superhuman against a regular human that knows Muay Thai,
that knows
karate and jiu-jitsu, still can't hang with this person who can jump out of a 10-story building and not be hurt. That's the issue I have with a lot of superheroes. So, all right, give your top 5.
So my top 5, like I said, I'm not really into superhero movies. So my number 5, I had to go way back to Superman 2. Christopher Reeve. Superman had 3 arch enemies. They were from the same
General
planet.
Zod.
Yeah, and so they had the equal power as Superman. So he had to battle these 3 villains. You know, we were little kids when we saw that, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. They gave Superman some competition instead of, I think on the first one he was just fighting regular people.
Lex Luthor. But I mean, that's his nemesis in the comic book. Yeah, I get it.
Okay,
yeah.
So
I get it.
Number 4, I'm gonna put Logan.
I knew you were gonna put that one.
You see the superhero movies where they're not telling jokes. He ain't telling no jokes in this. You know, he has a purpose and he goes with that purpose. He's an anti-superhero, superhero because he doesn't really want to be one. So I mean, I like that. It's a good story, and that's what's good with the Wolverine show. Separate, because I really do not like X-Men. I mean, I saw one of those and that was just awful. But yeah, I decided to check out the Wolverine, Logan. Just a good story, just a good movie. Number 3, I have The Dark Knight. Another one. No jokes. Ain't no jokes. He Dark Knight is just, he's a reluctant superhero. Doesn't really want to be a superhero. When the villain is there, he's trying to hurt that villain. He's not telling jokes to the villain, and they're not going back and forth with some little comedy sketch. So so The Dark Knight, another good one. Christian Bale. I know there's a new Batman movie. I don't know.
That was good. It's different than jokes? No. It's the Batman movies are kind of dark, but this one, the new one that's out right now, it's different. From, it's good.
Commissioner Gordon is black.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright. Yeah. So I was just talking to my barber, Cat Daddy, about that. He was telling me it was good. So number 2, I got to go back to The Wolverine. That was the first Wolverine movie. So I mean, as you can see, I like the Wolverine superhero.
Was it the first one? X-Men Origin Wolverine, I thought was the first Wolverine movie. So there's X-Men Origin Wolverine, which is really about Wolverine. That shows him as a little kid.
Okay.
Growing up.
Not that one.
Okay. So yeah, it's not the first one. That's Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it tells his story and kind of his solo thing. I mean, and the story is good. That's what makes these movie Dark Knight.
That's the one that when he went to Japan, right?
Yeah, no, the Wolverine was the one with his brother.
That's X-Men Origin.
Oh, that's the X-Men.
That's called X-Men Origin. Yeah, Wolverine, where it is his brother, that Saber. In the comic books, they're not brothers. They grew up together. They're friends. But yeah, you're talking about Liev Schreiber. Huh?
No, his brother wasn't named Liv Shriver.
That's his real. That's the actor's name who played his brother.
That's his name? I don't think that's his name.
I guarantee it's his name. So okay, I'm gonna look it up. The Wolverine. It's actually X-Men Origin. Wolverine. Because this is
Okay.
it's Liv Schreiber.
And so what was the second one with the little girl?
With the little, that was called Logan. The last one was
Yeah.
Logan. And so the other one where he went to Japan was called Wolverine.
Oh, where he fought that, yeah.
The
That
guy
one was
wanted
good
his
too.
powers.
Yeah, that one was a good one too.
All the Wolverines have been
Yeah,
good.
so all the Wolverines were good. So I got them mixed up, but I'm gonna have to put the X-Men Origin, that was with his brother. I'll put that
Yes.
number 2.
Okay.
Number 1, of course, is Black Panther. I mean, why is it number 1 a black superhero?
Yeah, but Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger was
I thought
a
he should
great
have got
villain.
I thought he should have got an Oscar.
That was a
Even
great
that
villain.
white guy was that was the villain too.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good too. And of course, all the African themes, the clothes, and all that was good. So, yeah, Black Panther for me, the Wolverine movies, and the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Those are the best superhero movies. The rest of them, I'm sure you're going to tell me a bunch of them with telling jokes and taking off their mask and
Yeah. So, so number 5, I have the first Avengers movie, simply because it shows them coming together. I didn't like a lot of the other Avenger movies. Well, I mean, they were okay. But the second one, I definitely didn't like that one. Then number 4, I have Wolverine. That's the one where he goes to Japan.
That's a good one. All of
The
them
guy
are good,
tries
man.
to take his powers.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. Number 3, I have X-Men Origin, Wolverine. That's the one with Liv Schreiber as his brother. And this is where we see him as a kid, where he gets, when he first discovers that he's a mutant. And so that's why they call it X-Men Origin, because he was around in the 1800s, because, he's able to heal. So he's been around, been in wars. Number 2, I have Infinity Wars, Avengers Infinity Wars. I like that much better. I had to watch the end game just because I wanted to see what happened. I really didn't like that as much as the other Avengers, the first Avengers and Infinity Wars. Didn't like Avengers, the Ultron movie at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
You saw Infinity Wars though.
Which one? I don't know.
That was the first part of the end one when they first.
The only one where I saw with all of them, I think all of them died.
Okay, so that was Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
So you didn't see Endgame?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I watched it just because I kept up with all of them, but it was Infinity Wars was better. Then of course,
So did they come back? I'm guessing they came back.
yeah,
Because they all disappeared or something.
not all of them. So some of them went back in time. You remember in Infinity War, Doctor Strange gave the stone away because he said he looked into the future and there was only one way that they came out. And of course, it meant Tony Stark had to stay alive. So Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man, was alive. They developed a way. He and
Ghostface Killer.
he and Ant-Man and
Ant-Man.
yeah, I know Ant-Man movies work now. Ant-Man and Wasp. So I take it you didn't see any of those.
Ant-Man and Wasp Man.
No, Wasp is a woman. Wasp girl,
woman?
Wasp woman. Wasp.
No, I haven't seen that. I haven't even heard of that one. I heard of Ant-Man.
Yeah. So the first one was Ant-Man, then the second one was the Ant and the Wasp, something like that. And then of course Bruce Banner. So they figured a way to go into the future and change things. But of course, number 1 is the most important superhero movie of all time. It was a cultural phenomenon. And that's Black Panther. Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger killed it. I mean, he's in the museum explaining to the lady, the curator, what this exhibit is. Then he's like, nah, don't worry about it. I'm going to take it off your hands in a minute. I mean, he played that role.
Yep, he did.
Then, of course, Chadwick Boseman I don't know. I mean, I've heard all kind of rumors what they're going to do in the next Black Panther.
We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman did his thing. And Black Panther, number one. Easily. So let us know. I know a lot of you are into the superhero movies. Probably a bunch of them that we didn't name.
Yeah, maybe probably going to critique our super, especially me.
Yeah, since you don't like them. Another one that, I really liked was The Man of Steel. Superman. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not into those new Superman movies. I couldn't get
but
I like the Superman 3 with Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor? I didn't like that one.
I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, but Richard Pryor was in it. So.
Yeah, I didn't like it. But Man of Steel is different than it's just not, some superhero. I mean, it's a different sort of.
So is it the same person that played in that Batman Superman movie?
Yeah.
I didn't like that movie. Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus
Come on, man.
Yeah,
that was stupid. Superman was a jerk in that movie. He couldn't let it go. I'm like, man, just let it go, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, I didn't like that movie.
He couldn't let it go.
Yeah, I mean, he kept going after Batman. I'm like, just chill, dude.
Yeah, I guess he, along with the superpowers, he has super anger and super revenge. On his mind. But did you see the Justice League movie?
No, is it any good?
It's not.
Justice League, like when we were kids.
Yeah, you haven't seen that? Wonder Woman,
Green Lantern, and all them.
Man, come on. And that's Aquaman, Batman, Flash.
What about
Superman? Robin? No Robin. I said Aquaman, and then Cyborg.
Cyborg? Wasn't no Cyborg in the cartoon?
Yeah, but he was in the DC.
What about the Wonder Twins?
No, maybe in the next Justice League, but they didn't have Green. I mean, they showed a Green Lantern in an ancient battle, but he wasn't a part of this Justice League. So yeah, you might check it out. There's I think you might like it a little better than the jokes that you see in Marvel. Let us know what you think. I know there are a bunch of superhero movies out there that we probably missed. Maybe you're saying Captain Marvel. Maybe you like more of the Iron Man movies, Spider-Man movies. Wasn't really. You see the new Spider? I know you didn't see the new Spider-Man movie.
Nope. I saw the trailer and he doesn't have his mask on. He never wears his mask anymore.
Yeah, because he wants that recognition. He needs to be able to put it on social media.
Yeah, I know
who he is.
Yeah.
So. Let us know what you think. Every Tuesday, we drop a new episode. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chopping It Up with the Cleavers. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
I'm of the models. Here I am. I come. That's where I'm from. I say I'm going.